And Brent, it brings to mind actually some of the coaching vacancies and one being filled here in the SEC Eastern Division. So let's point to Vandy first and just your evaluation of Derek Mason's job there over the course of 6 seasons and just the unique challenge at Vandy that is unlike anywhere else in the conference.
Well, I give Derek Mason a lot of credit. I mean, Mason, I think, did the best that he could. He certainly was a wonder on the sidelines after they won a close game. That was tremendous. But Mark, the problem with the Vanderbilt is, and I've heard people in Nashville say Vanderbilt is a group of smart people making dumb decisions, and that has happened over the years. Vanderbilt has got to be able to do something about their facilities if they really want to get serious about football. My understanding is they haven't done anything to that stadium since about probably the Carter administration or something of that nature. So that's going to have to be addressed. I still think Vandy would be smart if they would bring someone in. I know this sounds crazy, but who would run a wishbone like Paul Johnson did at Georgia Tech and just be a tough out with everybody that they played. I think that would help them a lot. But that is a tall task. I've heard Will Healy, for instance, to maybe go in there with that job, and I think he probably would do a really adequate job in that situation. But look, you can't bring someone in at Vandy and have them run a spread attack like everyone else is doing right now. I think they've got to be able to do something different. So again, it's just such a difficult job, and I think Derek Mason did the best he could do.
There seems to be one of these programs in every major conference that has those academic standards and then achieves to some degree. And Stanford has been the best at it, certainly during that late Jim Harbaugh into David Shaw, going to Rose Bowls, winning Pac-12 championships. They've taken it on the chin the last few years. Northwestern in the Big Ten has been that school. Duke has had some success under David Cutcliffe, but certainly Northwestern's doing the best job right now. Stanford has in the past. Do you think Vanderbilt can follow that model and possibly be a factor in the SEC?
I think if they could get a commitment from their administration, that might be possible. If Vandy folks would step up. I mean, look, Frank, and I know this is apples to oranges, but I think you get the point. They really have stepped up in baseball. I mean, they've been, frankly, one of the best baseball teams in the SEC. And there was a time to where they were really good in basketball. So I think if you can do that in those sports, you can make a commitment to be able to do it in football. I'll never forget something that Tom Luginbill said about 3 years ago. I was listening to him, and Luginbill said, Ohio State, Clemson, and Alabama all made a total commitment to football that went from the president of the school to the janitorial staff. And what he meant by that is they went all out to make the commitment for football to be the king. And by doing so, it helped immensely their other sports. And not only did it do that, and people don't realize this. I know you've talked about this before with me, but when Nick Saban came to Alabama, there were probably about, and this may be a rough guess, but there were 15 to 20,000 students in Alabama. They're making plans now, Mark, for 50. So, and look, that's one of the benefits and the collateral positives that you get when you make a commitment to football is it's not just what you get in athletics, it's what you get in. And I'm not saying that 50,000 students want to come to Alabama just because of the football team, but you and I both know kids love winners. And they love that excitement, and they love to be able to be there. And I think that's really one of the benefits that you have in some of these schools that really make a commitment to football is you see the increased enrollment that they get within their students. And Mark, as you know, we've talked before, man, it's hard to put a price on that, is it?
There's no question about that. I myself am fascinated, or maybe in a mild way, disturbed by the allure of football in making a decision for a particular uh, student to go
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
to you know chart the course of their life for the next 4 years. And like the common phrase is, you make the decision for the next four, but it
right.
affects the next 40.
Yeah,
But it is what it is.
it is.